guy. You found
This was, of course, man. This was
look, I just found
yeah, nah, definitely. I almost help for free.
it was.
Yeah, I would tell folks, a lot of people are like, why did they know you from, why do you look like, I'm much Velvet? And I told folks, I was like, damn, so Get Home Safe was started in 2019, but like, this work of talking to people and really hearing them out and talking them through it, I was doing that since day one, and you guys are coming to Velvet.
I want to say, yeah, like you just sit on the stool and be like, hey, how you feeling? How you, no, you would be like, no, how you feeling?
And like there were people who had pushed back at me telling them Get Home Safe at such an early age.
That was part of your people. You had to get rid of that bitch.
That's a good call out. He said, hell,
Eight of us can get in now.
He said, I got y'all. We gonna pull up.
You understand? We've been doing door-to-door service for 8 days.
Was that,
man.
so that was a part of it?
I remember you were like, because I remember when you were like, oh, you didn't get like an SUV or something. You were like, nah, I'm getting a sedan.
Were you taking folks to McDonald's for fun? Like, hey, let's go get food, so like a reason I get into the car with everybody.
Like, wait, like after the club?
No.
Oh, just like randomly?
Yeah, like, hey, let's go get Nuggies. Team Nuggie trip. That's people pleasing. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Monday with your boy Juice Jones. Let's Talk Monday. You got my boy Ryan. Niles, what's up, guys? Tell folks who you are and what it is that you do.
How we doing? I'm Ryan. I'm an artist. Yeah, that's a crazy.
I don't want to take up too much time. I'm just gonna say I'm an artist. I'm a creative artist. I try to implement ideas out loud with people I know I can implement them with. I stay in my lane. I know what part to play, and I know that I'm not, it doesn't all rely on me, and it doesn't all, reside on my shoulders.
Okay, now this here trying out that I was saying, I'm
I'm in a similar goal to that, to be fair. Okay. But now what camera should we?
Well, this is your camera.
Okay.
You guys.
Okay.
Look, we have to peek camera.
Okay.
Stand out. It's just a remember.
Yeah, I feel like I've been looking at that one, but like I have not looked at
It's the position.
I got you. So like for intro, should I?
No, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want, man. You chilling.
Okay. Now I've got the green light. So yeah, Niles been on Instagram. Let's see. So it's been weird introducing myself lately because I feel like I can express myself a little bit more. I'm fine to say I'm an artist. I've got a lot of slashes.
You are a person artist. You are a person artist, like you couldn't have since that all this past.
Yeah, that and like I have a bunch of people that were really good in that shit. And so like I felt like comparatively, I was like, man, I just like do creative stuff. I'm not efforts. But I say yeah. So visual creator was a big one for a while. But so I'm gonna go. Let's say artist. I'll do creator, designer, and artist, and good friend.
I hate that for you. Not the good friend part, just there's always are you sure you're an artist? Like you remember when you have the comparisons of, nah, they really in that for me. It's like, nah, bro, like I'm now considered an artist because of all these ventures that I've been in between the podcast, doing interviews, picking art, decking out the wall, productions, who are we bringing in, curating the space, curating the topic. And I'd be like, just give them a microphone. Everyone's like, here's an artist. You care too much about like you're spending big book money on these lights and cameras. I like each one of these. Oh, so you know what I'm working with.
Sony 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. You looked at that and you said, hey, you really dropped it, huh?
I saw the first one and I said, wait a minute. And then I said, wait a minute.
Yo, these purchases in the last month and a half.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Month and a half. Yeah, they are fresh. the cameras, the lenses. That one is the newest lens right there. That's
That one.
55 2.8 to the right. Yeah, the FX30.
Incredible.
Yeah, and this one is just what's this?
Well, sure. What was that on?
All right, so for this one, this is 18 to 72.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one, that's the zoom. That 2.8 makes everything looks crazy now. So, and that one, that's the main camera. That's the widest lens I have right now. If I'm not mistaken, that's either a 20 or an 18, if I'm not mistaken. But the lens on that is darker. So you really got to use a lot of light. That's why I came down with these. Yeah. But as you see, money has been well spent, and it's still being paid off for some of them because it's just like, I'm not spreading all that bread for one plane. Listen, man. But like when you do this, you do have to step your level up of like production. I'm a every 6 months person. Like if it's not visual, it's the audio. If it's not the audio, then it's the presentation and the formatting.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not the formatting, then it's like, are you delivering what you're looking to deliver to the community?
Gotcha.
So I am technically an artiste studio, and this is my craft. And
Gotcha. And yeah, I think that the technical word is very crucial to me because like fun shit and technical stuff. Like I've always, even when it comes to like cameras and stuff, like my sister, she does photography, I know photography. One of my friends, I like amateur photography. So what I'll do is like between the three of us, if we get down to it, if there's somebody like where you're like, all three of y'all take this picture as technically perfect as you can. You said the white balance, I'm pressing these buttons, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But when I look at the pictures they take, I feel something a little more like they go for like
move something.
They move something for me. Like I mean, maybe just me being critical of my own work, but like when I look at my stuff, I feel like that's a technically good photo. But beyond that, like what's the story being told? With their stuff, like, I'm just, all right. How do they do that?
Would you ever want to pull to take photos behind the scenes of like interviews that I do?
Yeah.
How much would you cost? You don't gotta say it on camera. We'll just talk.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not gonna go broke over some photos. But you do need to be paid for your craft.
Yeah. So I think that
What's that word? Where you're not that, you don't think you're that person.
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. We talk about that all the time. I think it's like it's in our friend group because
I like about it around your friend group. Like, what do you need?
Well, because our friend group, I feel like our specific friend group, we have a lot of creators, and my business partner for Niles, he is. We have that argument sometimes where I'm like, he doesn't, view himself in a certain light. And I'm like, he described it as imposter syndrome. Well, like even making that table, I was like, oh, I can't say I made this. And he was like, what? Are you not here with me? Are you not carving out?
You said that to him, or he said that to you?
I said that to him.
Yeah, he said that when we're building the table, he was like, "How to make the table?" I was like, "Well, no, I don't want this."
I mean, yeah.
Did you buy the supplies with them?
Yes.
All right. Did you go through the process of building it with him and shooting the table with him?
Yeah.
Did you come up with ideas?
I'm trying to.
No, I'm not done talking. Stop touching me. I'm not done talking. Right?
Okay.
Right.
We were friends, but
now we're still friends. We're homies. But I'm reprimanding you right now, so I can't get too friendly in the middle of reprimanding you right now, right? And then you sold the product and you were paid for your work, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you did that. So why create an excuse for yourself to not be a part of something when you were so in depth to the whole process?
Because in my head,
you don't have to explain that to me. I'm just saying for you, like as a friend for you, like don't. Sometimes you got to tell the voice in your head to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
that's not a you thing. That doubt comes in many forms, and sometimes it takes actions. And if you don't take credit for the things you're a part of, you'll let other people take your credit and run with that. And then you'll be like, well, why can't that be me? And it's like, bitch, that was you. Until you let them take it. You can't do that. I mean, unless you're a masochist or something like that, but
that's your we don't get changed.
Do that. I'm still who steal my flesh.
No. That's cringy. No.
Yeah, don't do that. Not to yourself. Yeah, and that's it.
No, I'm probably mute you. I'm gonna mute you for a couple of days. Hey, man, let's take a break, bro. Let's take a break.
We got cocoa butter. In case anybody's asking, hey, what's the coffee? Oh, what's the
The fact that you're offering kind of scared me, so it's just very important.
Nah, these are quality cannabis. They show everything.
I can't say, yeah, let me get the name.
like, me and Ashley on camera has never been the vibe. Like, oh, I call it a vibe. Like, I gave my ass a little walking room.
But like, it's not ashy, but it's just like if you're not shining,
Just in case.
yeah, niggas don't think.
Just in case. I'm gonna let you hold on to it. I took 3 scoops. So
Listen,
I feel like there's like a real concern.
I told you, you made me down myself because you did the offering. So now I'm like, all right, maybe there's a spot I didn't see.
Like, them niggas extra shiny on camera. Swollen the field when they
Listen,
Like,
oh shit,
niggas look like a bang bro set.
Is everything okay at home? Is the white girl about to come in?
The Black's reference. That's a good one. When Black first hit the block, I was like, oh, what's this? And I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
You guys really went up in the quality. I know. You guys got the cinematographer. Oh, yeah, it's lighting. All right.
Man, niggas look like so. All right,
Every scene is a movie. I got it.
the nigga not just a rapper anymore. He's a businessman. He owns a company. He on, man. Good for him. He got a suit.
He got a suit. It's funny. That is funny.
I was fucking looking at us all black. I was like, what are we doing here?
It's really for me.
Did I feel offended? I should just let it rock.
It's kind of like a quiet step over. Like, all right, so I'm welcomed in this space, but what part of the space am I part of it?
That's like, do they know who are they shooting this for? Is it for
That's always a good one. Exactly who are they shooting this for?
Whose fantasy is this?
Yeah, I was gonna say that shooting for someone's fantasy.
Yeah.
Like the upgraded version, like when you go from like basic to premium. Like
4K, all that.
so like there's the premium version. Oh, this is what you guys look like on camera. Oh, change it. That's what wise club. You see why I was like, hey man, moisturize? Now it's like, oh, imagine what you guys look like before the moisturization. That's it.
to my pushing glitter on today?
Like I said, I mean, you warned us, so we definitely have lotion, but
My girl's allergic to shit, so I got 2 straight cocoa butter.
really, whoa,
Yeah, that's
Now I'm a chocolate man that smells like chocolate.
wow, she's beautiful.
It is until the wrong person smells you, then it's just was that you? Don't ask me.
I forgot EC Women are bold. Literally? Yeah, literally was at Metro Bar. Me and my homie were just looking at this laptop. She was like,
Ooh, you took it there, down. Keep talking. Look,
she was like, oh, can I, to my homie, can I sniff you? Like, what? Can you sniff me? Yeah, like, if I can't sniff you, what we doing? I'm like, oh, I forgot. Hey, damn. She was quick with it.
She said, if I can't sniff you, what do we do? When did we become we?
And look, I thought he knew her because he worked there. And then but literally, this whole interaction was their first time talking to each other.
He indeed did not know her.
Like, I was like, oh, wait. She legit got like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna hit you up. We're gonna talk about more about the smell. I was like, oh.
That's crazy.
I was like, okay.
We is a big word when it's like a stranger talking to you for the first time. But it's like, nah, I don't know this nigga, bro.
I'm telling you, the conversation felt so personal, but then once the phones got pulled out, I was like, oh, okay, that just answered all my questions.
See, y'all just did that off one take. I mean, that's the only thing is like, when I used to do the cocoa butter, I went to work. I have to remember like my PM like walked into my cubicle. Why is so much chocolate in here? And I was like, it's cocoa butter. She's like, oh. Like, should I see? And I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, you just gave her the world.
Listen, her name was Heather.
Yeah.
Oh, Heather. I said, I'm going out like the big, like the jumbo, like. Yeah, put some.
Yeah, we got that one in the bedroom.
She said, oh, I didn't even know they did that. I was like, he did for a long time.
You know, it's funny. You could have been like, "Hey,"
Should have hit the upper.
just charge it up. Oh wait, I just
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? I'm not from Delaware, but that was a little wild.
yeah. White girls be aggressive too. That's just the black ones. See, that's the funny part.
I'm not
I'm
mad.
saying you to be aggressive.
Okay, but I'm not mad with the black girls being aggressive in DC. I'm accustomed to it.
Yeah, you're for it.
I'm offended if a white girl like is aggressive to me in DC.
I know like white people call we king.
I don't think that.
That's weird.
When it became mainstream, I was like, "Guy, this is weird for me."
Well, I didn't hear that. I've never heard that.
You ever, yeah, they go king.
King, black people. But they use it for each other. But like when they see us, it's like, "Oh, thank you, king." I'm like, I didn't have to do that.
And another one is when the white guys call him boss.
Yeah.
One too is king and boss.
I never thought about that.
I was alright, crap.
Yeah.
No, one weird one I had was when I had blue hair. Did you remember me when I had blue hair? I had blue hair and
I like how you said that like you were like Super Saiyan blue.
this is before.
I was lost blue hair.
Oh yeah, listen. I think she was Hispanic or white, but she was like, "I love your fit." I was like, "Oh, thank you. I love your fit too." And then she assumed my sexuality because she's like, "Yes, it's eating, go queen." I was like, why would you get up?
My hair got
Yeah, something.
So color hair meets gay.
Yeah, and I'm giving you like energy. I'm like,
It is.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, shouldn't.
Yeah.
Shit like that. It's like black.
No, she was either. I think
Oh yeah.
she was, but she was like if she was Hispanic, she was still leaning to white.
Okay, like my cousin. He's Spanish.
So she was passing. Yeah, she was passing. I mean, we still talking about it now, like trying to figure it out. She was passing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
She could walk in, get any.
Yeah.
Correct. Get what she could get.
She made it resume with her in hand.
Correct. All could be confused.
Yeah.
I'll get past everybody.
Yeah, she doesn't let them see the accolades first.
That's my favorite thing because I have a very white name. And it's like Niles full of Parker. Man, when I walk into there, I'm like, stars.
Got like 40. Dwight Seymour Jones.
Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll never see that.
I remember Dwight.
So never see more Seymour Jones.
And it's Jamaican.
Yeah.
White part.
I love how when I say it's Jamaican between Dwight and Seymour, it was all nice.
Yeah.
Get to the white part.
I get
Yeah, wow.
Now, get that down from him. Like, I'm here now.
I'm gonna sit down. I'll get the table.
Actually, like, it can get out after, but like, you at least gonna have to hear me.
Yeah, and I got him out, bros.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright, man, so let's talk about the business. Y'all niggas building shit.
yeah.
Tables, coffee tables, little apartments.
It's been a good time.
Okay, you got any dressers on the way?
I'm just here. Someone asked for us.
Okay. As that you have like a place store where people can like interact with like options.
Yeah, I did.
I would say it was kind of a shared idea, but yeah, because it's just like it would be an intersection for like all that we have in our lives. So like,
Tell me about all the things you have to do. I was going to break up intersections, a lot of them cross the streets. Just stop signs,
Fashion, leisure, shit's photography, product design. So we'll leave it at that. It's not just furniture.
No, I got you. But the furniture is the entrance. It's a market.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, idea like we would like walk into the space and grab all of the, like the different things that we would have built in like kind of like a library or like a lounge kind of setting where you kind of like experience it.
Yeah.
He's DJing, he's music, maybe with school or something, and it's like, wow, I really like how I feel in this space. I really like this chair for sale.
Okay.
We got you right here.
and then if you want to remember this with merch, almost
Wait,
there, waiting in the out or part of that.
still brainstorming ideas for like names, like how to brand it, intersect it, and everything. But like in the reels that you see, like with us, like build everything, we see them all do at Cape Town. There's very subliminal at this point, but like there's gonna be a way to like burgers, all that stuff. It's been fun. It's been a bonding experience. I would say it's been fun.
So is this your first venture together? Is this wise, or did you guys do something before
This is wise, yes, but before that, it's
Yeah, let's say yeah, before that, yeah, I was saying, because I consider that business as well. So we try to make a lookbook magazine.
Oh, I've been very interested in that. For that, I'm safe, but then I'm just like, getting people involved. No, it's not the doing it part.
Oh,
It's clothing.
Okay.
Getting people involved. You get what's saying, very important, right? And then after it's all said and done, is this going to be something that's for me, or is it going to be for sale? Because that now means that I have to pitch and market and brand the product. And do I really be at a coffee table like that, right? So books belong to like coffee tables and nice libraries, right?
yeah.
And
Bookshelves?
Well, yeah, bookshelves. I had a bookshelf that I just set up.
That's why I said it. That's why I saw it.
But then, like, what size is the lookbook? Because you don't want a lookbook that's like nasty that hangs over the side if there's not enough shelf.
Question.
You feel what I'm saying? There's too much dip for the chip.
Right.
So then, like, you got to start thinking about, all right, where does this thing belong? And then you do got to do product photos to give people ideas of where this thing belongs.
That's why I was like, it kind of was like, I see why he didn't bring up the business part, because it's like we did it for fun. Like literally, I don't know if you remember, but he brought the idea up to me like whenever I would chill over their house, and he'd be like, "Hey yo, like so." I was thinking about this, and I was thinking because we had like a plethora combined. We had a plethora of photos whenever we go out with our friends, and then luckily, we just kept seeing a repeating factor, and it was like narwhal shirts. I was like, let's do something with that.
I doubt I was like, we could do it in a weekend. Pull up, we'll get some snacks, we'll go like pick the pictures, and then we'll be done to the whole summer.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and the
Well,
thing,
but yeah.
no, go ahead. No, I was just going to say to that, it was like, because like even before, like we literally laid out all the photos on the floor, and then like we weren't able to step over here, like we were just at the entrance. So I was just like, yeah, that's not gonna be a weekend. He was like, no, bro, no, it's gonna be a weekend. I'm like, yeah.
I was so adamant.
So you're more the dreamer, you're more realistic. Once you take the feet, you're like, actually, this is why this is gonna take longer. Let's talk about this part.
When you put it like that,
From a business perspective, that is a weakness. But from a creative perspective,
that's
I have
inspiration. We weed.
perception of time. It is terrible. Like I could look at something and be like, it was in 2 days. And then 3 weeks go by, and it's like, now we're done. And to be fair, like, usually that's the weekend kind of thing. We might be doing something over here, they're doing something over there. And so it's not like a straight, like we could work for 12 hours, kind of thing. But like, it will take, from start of talking about it to finish, like way longer than I would ever imagine.
What you say, you guys do a good job of not missing the details that are important to what you're building. You like any that needs a little triangular order to keep the rest of the leverage up.
Yeah, so you start off with an idea. Start off with like, okay, we want these things that happened with like the table where you're looking for a couple of tables and stuff like that. And as you're building it, you need to have room for like, this isn't like coming out the way I thought it was gonna come out, but it doesn't mean like this is like the end of it. Like push through. And maybe we should make the table taller. For example, like we like carved out the legs, but it got to a point, and I think we brought it inside because we're worried about like it being outside in the shed.
yeah,
And like I would like sit at it before we would actually connect the legs to the tabletop. Being outside, it's a little short.
yeah, because we did put it in the basement. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So we redid an entire leg and then added arms and
All right, walk me through the process of redoing that entire leg.
Well, that one, the leg that we redid was the chef's leg. So it's 2 legs.
2 legs, but both legs have like different acts. Like they're both working for different sectors of the table. Okay. So like the front part is a bookshelf. The back part is basically like a stop, because inside of it is where like you have like inmate putting it.
That's why you can't. I don't.
Right, you're right.
I'm describing it for me.
I'm sorry.
I'm imagining it as you build it. Yeah.
So the table leg is a stop, But once you go on top of the table, you see like it's a part of a hidden cupboard. So like it has space where like you probably put your remote CDs, there are little snacks in there too. So
Little trinkets.
yeah, all that, yeah. Incense.
Okay. Burn one, burn two.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that was my favorite piece. Like when you put the video out of like just the different features of it, and people being like, "Whoa, it's a holder in the table." That's crazy.
And that was something I saw too between the two videos. The first one is like us making it, and then the second one was the features. People were reacting to the features one. They didn't like it. Yeah, it was so funny because I was like, I thought they picked up on the features when we were making it, but then when I made the details in it, they were like, "Oh, that's so cool! You didn't make me one."
How many orders have you got since there?
So we've had our first customer, or our second now.
Okay.
We've talked to multiple people, but they're just in between. Like, it's the I'm gonna get back to y'all. They're just like, okay, you can.
Like,
How do you deal with that?
I mean, like right now it's for fun. Like, it's a
for
side,
funsies.
It's a little side hustle. Like if it's something that I need to pay my rent, I'd be like,
but you plan on building the funsies to a business, right?
just the fun can
Yeah.
So how do you not take it personal?
I mean, I
What kind of excited do you get? Because like when someone says, for example, when someone's like, "Hey man, I want to interview. I see your platforms and I like everything you got going on, man. And mental health, brother." And I'll be like, "All right, cool. Come on, what are you available?" And then he'd be like, "All right, well, what are we gonna talk about?" I'll be like, "It's a mental health platform." So for me, I usually let them know, "Do you have anything that's going on related to mental health?" They'd be like, "No." I'll be like, "All right, cool. Well, that's good." So then you get to be the perspective of someone that hasn't gone through something yet. And we get to have that discussion of how does mental health look through your lens of someone that's trying to learn what mental health is with all these advertisements that are being thrown at you on depression, anxiety, ADHD. All of a sudden everybody has it. And we get to talk about the feelings of that, right? And then they're like, "Oh, that's dope." Oh, but then it's like, why did you have to a platform? Are you not prepared to talk about something? Like, or do you guys just want to be on camera? So then it goes from that to then they hit you up like a week before, and then they get cold feet. "Oh, I'm not in like headspace," or "Oh man, I want to," but it's like, fam, you reached out to me. I'm not in my business.
That's okay. That's the part that irritated me.
Yeah.
I had a question that popped up while you were saying all this. So, because I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be, or it could also be a fact that like they think it's like a cool thing now. Like it's
on the podcast.
not with that, but also like the mental space. Like, oh yeah, talking about mental health. If I'm on this front, or if I'm talking about this, people are gonna think I'm so intellectual, I'm so cool, or I have this moral high standard, and like I don't know.
It's not my job to judge. As the advocate that like has got 250 folks in the therapy, right? You kind of got to be open to boundaries. You got to respect your time. So like when folks do that, what I usually do is, if you cancel whatever we had to do, automatically you just get pushed out a month later. It's like, A, I already have a bunch of interviews that are lined up anyway. B, I have to let you know that my time isn't available because I gave it to you today and I could be able to get it tomorrow. You gotta wait. And like in a month, you can easily shoot 15 episodes. And so that means if, let's say Mental Health Monday, between Mental Health Monday and then my shoots, you shoot 15 episodes. If 10 of those episodes are, if out of the 15, if 10 of those episodes are Mental Health Monday, now you as the person that's coming in to interview after everybody else, you're now going to get pushed 2.5 months down the road. So now you go from doing this interview, and I don't know if this is the first interview you guys have ever done, but after this interview, you guys are going to go home, and you're going to have a couple of like days and weeks of, hey man, what's it going to drop? Eat that full of cereal. Man, I said a lot of dope things. When am I going to see it? And then you go from that to like, Christmas comes around, man, dang, it's still not out yet. Right? Now we laughed and we enjoyed each other's time. What happened?
Yo, I
You don't like that. And then I gotta let you know, before you guys came, there were like a bunch of other interviews.
that you stood at the end.
Yeah.
I did like.
And that's the person that does the editing, and the person that does the marketing, and the person that cuts up the clips, and the person that does all the angles between 3 cameras or 4 cameras or 5 cameras, and the person that's managing 2 different shows and then shifted it out to like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I don't got time to think about the stuff the other person was waiting on the interviews thinking about. I'm like, fam, you should have just showed up when you were supposed to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, I got a lot of empathy for that. And
I was gonna say, yeah, like we know your job, so you won't have to worry about us.
And that's not the job that pays. That's the job that I volunteer for and I'm focused on. Yeah.
That's the one you love.
Yeah.
I am notorious for sending people pictures like 8 months later.
You said it's been nice.
It's literally my friend.
I was thinking of you the other day.
And we're literally be on my ass. Yeah, Ryan. We're not gonna see those until next October. But I mean, they
The
challenge
hand
me.
placement is perfect.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't care. It's so funny. He doesn't care. I kind of care.
Well, did they pay you for it?
No.
Oh, then yeah, that's what? My time is my time.
No,
I gotta go build a table, baby. What's going on here?
wait. Are we talking about like
big kits and sections.
We're talking about business photos. Or I'm talking about memory photos. Like,
Yeah, memories. Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Man, we go out, we got the dinner, birthdays and stuff. I'm taking pictures of the background.
It's
like,
called a memory, though. So technically, you guys are a walking capsule, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what they get on me about. It's like, Ryan's a memory hoarder. Like
Yeah, you should have your own camera. You go for it too. What's up, baby?
no, I get it. But
You don't got cell phones? What's up with y'all?
I get why they want me because they want to see another perspective.
No, they can get that later, yo. Let me see, if you take a photo now and it's 8 months later, what's that, like a little bit past Easter? So July 4th. Hey, happy July 4th, yo.
I
Remember the
be
fall?
so mad because it's like, what use is this to me? Now, I never go quick.
It's a reminder. It's not a memory. That's what, yeah,
I
right.
literally just in my group chat. I was like, here are those pictures from February that y'all didn't ask for. That's crazy. Like this week on Monday.
Yeah, he said y'all didn't ask for this, but I thought it would be nice. I'm trying to yeah. You're like, I just want to shake things up real quick.
To be honest, I thought you were gonna be the angel, but no, y'all both the devil.
What you? No, that's not devilish, man. You're a people pleaser.
I am.
Yeah.
I found out like a year and a half ago.
I love how I said that and the whole room got quiet. Like, damn, bro.
No, it's not like, yeah, I'm really looking at your
Like, right here.
No, and you're not wrong.
You got the media, please.
This is my story.
You got
No, I was just like, damn. I was like, how many people knew? Everybody knew? I was the last one.
I was just saying this description and like you have like a twinge of guilt and it's like, no, don't feel guilty. Look, you had things to do. All right, if everybody is complaining and then I think of it after they complain, that means I have things that's going on, right?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't important the next day after I took it, then you guys waited. Just like me, and now you want it. You wanted things now, don't mean I'm in a place to give it to you, right? And like even in a friendship, you're not trying to be rude. This is rude. Fam, I'm not thinking about. I am not gonna find 2 hours after I done worked all day, delivered all those packages all day in that hot sun or in the winter, or anything else, right? You should come home. You should the corner about you and be like, let me get this edit out. No, you're not. You're just. I know you. No, go eat your bowl of cereal, bro. It's okay.
And it's so painful now because that's literally the war inside my head.
That shouldn't be a war. That should be a fart. Like a sense of relief. Like I'll get to it when I get to
We
it.
don't have a joke, you know.
Well, because it's like I'm trying to smother that side of me, but then it's just like I get where they're coming from, but wait, I shouldn't like have to cater to that, like you said.
Yeah, and then I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with people pleasing until you get to the guilt part. Like you shouldn't feel guilty because you want to please others. This should be, sorry I couldn't get it out the way. Hopefully I get to it soon. And that should be the last time you think of it until you get back to it. You get what I'm saying? When you start feeling like guilt, I've never seen someone say, I love a little bit of guilt with my side of fries.
Man,
You get what I'm saying? I've never seen someone be like, "Ooh, that's a Big Mac. You got some of that guilt sauce in the back." Like I've never seen that. Ooh, let me dip my nuggies in this guilt sauce. Like, no, that's not how that works. No one's ever volunteered for guilt.
that's true.
Like, ooh, so this brunch and champagne, please. Does it come with guilt? No, that's because then like guilt, technically, it changes the taste of what you've had with others. Guilt changes the taste of the things that you're going to eat going forward when it comes to experience with people. And guilt is something that you shouldn't entertain until you actually did something bad. And what you did in the story isn't something bad. That's why it's like, that's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to smile. You get real serious now.
No, because I'm thinking, I'm just like, it's another one of those moments. It's like, it just all connects.
Yeah.
It connects. And this is me listening. Yeah.
It's good.
And yeah.
And I mean, like the first step is like self-actualization.
Yeah.
Figuring out like, okay, I do this thing.
Yeah.
And if I want to correct it, I'm now aware of it. There are the steps and the coping mechanisms that I have to like, put those thoughts away. Each decide what, like, it's like, at the end of the day, I just like, no one really like,
I know, yeah, it's joking.
yeah,
They're joking.
Then like, they're not getting paid to do this. Like, at the end of the day, no one, you don't owe anyone anything.
Right.
And that's fine.
But then when you say the joking serious, you're like, it was supposed to be a joke. Like, you mean, they joked with me. Why does it feel like this? Father!
Why are you reading me today? Let's talk about it.
That's what's on the table right now. No! Yeah. So I brought you guys in here because you're building the table for Get Home Safe, right?
Yes, sir.
But the thing that was most important that you said to me, and I don't know if he told you about our conversation, he was like, building tables is therapeutic. I was like, oh, you gotta talk on Get Home Safe now. You gotta talk about
that's how
okay. You're the reason you're here, not me. I was like, how much is it gonna cost? This is what I want, and I'd rather spend money with folks that I know who would take it seriously, and then if anything goes wrong, they wouldn't be afraid to be like, all right, let me pull up to fix that because that should be happening for something that we made. Boom. That's my thing. He said therapeutic, and I was like, oh, let's just camera. Now we got to talk on camera. Now we got to cheat the chat.
I really didn't know I set it up like that because when you put out the offer, I was like, what?
No, it's your fault. You're the one that triggered it.
I was like,
We have a mental health brand. You think the word therapeutic is like, hey, man. Hey, brother.
It didn't click. It really did.
I literally said, since you said therapeutic, we got to have this conversation on Get Home Safe about the table.
Because what it was, I guess it just went into that therapeutic mode of, yeah, no, I realized saying it now. It went into that mode of, I get to do something every Sunday again with my brother. You know, because in that process,
You not family?
No.
No, that's good. That's beautiful. Yeah, I knew you wanted.
Yeah,
it's so obvious. Yeah.
I ain't got no.
Yeah, come on. Because you said whatever the house is, I'm under. So I'm just fishing. I'm down just fishing. Like, we'll walk the paint.
Because we found it, like, besides therapeutic, we found it, like, a bonding exercise.
Yeah.
Like, we were able to catch up on each other's lives, and we were able to, like, riff on theories of life, and even little moments of, like, problem moments, like, I got this problem, what I should do with it? And it was, like, insightful conversations that, like, really helped.
Well, it's really been, it's something where like you don't really notice it's happening until like take a second to reflect on it. You'd be like, damn, I really do this like every Sunday. We get tacos, we hang out.
Taco Sundays, Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
exchange the day. You should change the whole area.
There's a taco spot near this gas station near my house.
Is it a bomb taco spot?
It's fire.
So you came there without bomb tacos? Tell me about bomb tacos on a mental health platform that would love bomb tacos? Right, that's the Tyler the Creator reference.
Yeah, birthday, my birthday. I want no birthday.
I was like,
You was thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. when the ball was in
Most
motion.
time you come, you gotta bring the tacos.
You supposed to be about tacos on camera? That's crazy, yo.
We'll let you know. Yeah, tell us what your
Disrespect.
We're literally excited because we're
So you got tacos after this?
no, come on.
You getting orders to go.
We got the green light. You gave us the green light.
You guys want to do it anyway. That's your Sunday schedule.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because I think the biggest thing for me is like, so for background, like I was in grad school, and then pretty much just got back like 2 years ago.
Congrats.
And so like I went to Penn State, so I was in the middle of nowhere. And it's like, you know, I made some friends out there and everything, but it's like I was
What do they call it? What?
Nittany Lions.
You guys be out there. Saquon, that's my guy. Or yeah, he played for the Eagles. I didn't play my mama Giants, but he did what he had to do.
And listen,
Get to that bag game.
you know, I tell you, I had no involvement with school spirit. I was there to get paid for school.
Yep. I'm there for the bag. The bag.
Bag.
You hear that? That's what calls me the bag.
It's there during COVID. I was there, yeah. So like,
How was that experience like going to school in the middle of COVID? Were you a grad student?
yeah, as a grad student, so I was already like in this mindset of like, I'm not about to make no friends. All my friends are back home. I don't never meet anybody. And then
That's wild. That was your mindset going to school. I'm gonna go in a place full of strangers and say no friends for me.
I was like, because this, so basically, here's the we're for PG.
Okay.
And besides that, when it's well, here's the one. I'm West African.
Okay. Jamaican.
Living Ghana.
Okay. See my flag over there.
Okay.
Keep that there.
Oh yeah, y'all have to have something.
Yeah, you always.
I always gotta have.
Yeah.
You got proof?
I saw you. I get the point. What's going on there? Got a little bit of gold.
Yeah.
Bro.
So lived in Ghana, like was there for like all elementary school. Came back, lived in Fiji my entire life. Went to Morgan, HBCU, and now I'm at Penn State.
Okay.
So this is my first time not with like people that look like me, and so I like
CD to PWI.
and I was like, you know, I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. And I'm black.
He's not denying it.
And I made such amazing friends over the time period of like going to school, and going to high school, going to Morgan. Do I need one? So like in my head, I was being very stubborn. So I all through my first semester, that's cool people.
Okay.
And then
I was gonna say the whole semester. I mean, no.
COVID. Then no. This is before COVID.
Okay.
Then second semester, midway through spring break, I go out to Pittsburgh. My girlfriend at the time was living there. They say, yeah, don't
say you didn't meet nobody, but you got a girlfriend there.
No. It's before.
Oh, okay.
I know.
We can call it all calls.
So then I'm looking there like, yeah, don't pull up for like 2 weeks. We're gonna let this simmer down, and then we'll get back to real work. Like, you know, world shuts down for a year and a half. Then I go back for like my last year.
So you had before COVID.
And then they're right before COVID. And then after the whole experience happens, I come back home. I said, I get a job in DC. I'm like, hey, I'm outside now. I'm single at that point. I'm outside. I said, I need friends. I said, yo, I'm
such a large jump, yo.
I'm back outside.
Yo, why would you be single being back outside is so important? It's just so much
When he
different,
came
yo.
home, when he told us this, we were like,
Yo.
we were like, you know, we gave the flowers for the relationship.
Yeah,
And then we were like,
yeah.
we saw at him like, you ready?
What's it good when you're at it?
Well,
The relation lesson was it good when you're at it?
yeah, it was good with it. Well, it was good when it was good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that's it's good until it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Mind if I give you advice?
What's up?
I say this to all my folks, whether you're single or not single, you should always be willing to make friends, whether you're at a relationship or not. Because I think, and let me know if like you don't fit for this category. As people, we tend to be like, I'm in a relationship, I'm good here, I have enough people, and we start cutting off other opportunities to make relationships with new people because we're like, well, I'm building this thing, so why should I invite new people in? And it's like, you know, technically you've been put on this earth to learn and experience things, and saying no to people that may want to be good to you or saying yes to people that are treacherous so you can learn the lessons to not, to recognize them like, hey man, that's a foul little bitty you got with you.
Yeah.
That's really important to continue to like see the scams coming or see the good folks coming and be like, I choose you.
Gotcha.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's like even in that like stubborn mindset, I still ended up meeting really good people. I've always been the type of person to like be open to it. So like I would not describe myself as a introverted person. I did the test, so like it depends on the day. Like I'm either like a high B or a low A.
Okay.
So I'm like right in that weird little middle. So like on my days, I could be out talking to people. You see me, like I'll be out talking to people, and then there'll be days around this time I'm not.
Just a glass of water.
It never died.
Glasses like you ain't over.
No, so like coming back home, getting reintegrated. Like now I'm like, oh wow, like, my life could really start now. I got a job now. I got my first apartment. I'm starting to like hang out online, like the friend groups and stuff like that. Getting in like experience DC for the first time. It's like I've always lived in Bowie. So like this is my first time like having my own like adventure. It's like completely mine, and I'm not sharing it with anybody. We just speak. So I mean, I'm in a relationship now. I'm very happy, having a great time. But like this, like building the tables and stuff like that, too much punch and not they book. And just little things like that.
Need some regrets.
He's been good at it, but he's
Okay, congratulations.
That's a political handshake.
Congratulations, brother. I can tell everybody.
But yeah, it was a really interesting that it like took the time, to experience life, still experiencing life, but like really like I think it was like the first time I ever really like took myself like seriously, at least to the extent that I did. It's like, I'm very happy to like come to my family where like people are successful and everything. It's like I never like kind of downplay the achievements that I got. It's like I'm at like my cousin's graduation party. She's at her PhD. Never paid for $1 for school, ever. Like she's talking, she's giving her speech, she's talking about the one B she got in third grade. I had recently just got a film ride to Penn State, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, it's crazy. And she was the one who poked me up and like, and congratulate Niles, he's going to school. I was like, hey, chill. I was nervous.
I'm ready to you. I was nervous.
That was third grade, man. Yeah.
But then it's like once you like stock America's out like immediately around or something, like genuinely like look at who you are as a person, and you're like, wow, I really like did something to you.
Yeah.
And it's something to celebrate. And I think once that like moment happened, it changed my like perception of like how I should move, whether it's like the interaction with people, whether it's like how I like look at a task, whether looking at a job, relationships with people, platonic or romantic. And it's been really fun. Like just kind of seeing that growth happen, and just we're in a good place. Everything's really TIs.
3 hours here.
Crickets and sun.
And facts. My theory is I'm dating everybody in my life, parents. Because like dating usually you have a responsibility to try and work on things, and when you're over it, you're over. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like in dating, and like people like, oh, I don't want things to be transactional. It's like, yeah, but like things in life are naturally transactional.
Yeah.
It's really what is your relationship with that word transactional when things happen, and the kind of person you're dating. Like, are you guys keeping track to guilt trip each other for you not doing enough, or are you able to come to the table and really talk about, hey man, so I've noticed that I do this, and this, and sometimes I feel unappreciated because like I think I'm doing more in the relationship that you are, but I want your feedback on that because I'm trying to see, is it me living in my head, or do you just not have the bandwidth to give what I give to a relationship, or did you not see it that way? And am I just having like one-sided conversations and bouncing in my head?
And it made good assessment. They make changes.
It changes take time. Like the combo's easy, but changes I might be talking about like a couple of months instead of weeks or days, and it's like and then you have the feelings that have developed on that one side of the relationship, if that happens in your head, because there's people who do better living in their head than actual conversations with folks.
I think I had to experience that in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what I said, you were that main character.
I was
on the other side.
I guess I was the guy who was keeping it in, because I didn't know where to draw a line.
Yeah.
And then it came out through my actions, more
Like that's aggressive.
yeah, and then the way I would just carry myself around that person, and people would notice and be like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Damn." And even towards that person, I was like, "Damn, I'm so hey, why do I shut down as soon as that person comes around, or he opens their mouth?" I'm just like,
You really wanted to get that off your shouldn't.
yeah. And then I was like, okay. And I noticed that, and I had to like fall back.
What did checking yourself look like outside of fallback? Did you like fallback? You read a book and you fall back and like restart a series that reminds you of the good times, and be like, I kind of want to be like the people in this series that I helped with.
It was that yeah.
Okay.
With series.
Wow, that's I was not checking these spot on.
I mean, I'm a anime nerd, so
Which anime?
it was so in my head I made a character. Like I picked all the good qualities from different animes, like Luffy's, and just always going forward, doesn't care what anybody say. I took that, put it inside a person who wants that, and I turned into this other character.
Okay.
Like this model of, I guess, me, who I want to be.
You turned it out. And dad, that's very. Yeah. Did you ever have an example of anybody doing that, or did you come up with that yourself? Like that process that you just said, and you had to fall back. Like, did someone say, "Hey man, take a break, man"? I can't touch you.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Take a break, man. And fall back, man.
We do.
It's been a break. It's been a break. But yes. That's why when we got on the phone, that joke was so hilarious. When I called you, we were chatting. Because I could feel your energy building. And I thought about it later. I was like, I don't know if I should have called him later at night with all that energy, because he does have to go to sleep. And he said he was going to call you. And I was like, oh, that's going to mess up his whole 5 minutes into probably chilling, maybe on one up. And then he just got all this energy. So, oh, no, wait, what's going on? Whole word. How much?
Lucky that's how it was like, I gotta be on the phone with my girl.
It's like, all right.
And he was like, yo, you done yet? I was like, all right. Oh, it was circus. I was like, how the circus probably sent me a voice note.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I ain't attention to her. I know you. Oh my God. I ain't attention to her.
That's funny.
I got you.
That's funny as hell. What a call out.
I did it in 30 minutes.
All that energy just blasts you in the face.
Yes, man.
That's funny.
But the question, I'm sorry.
Did you come up with that yourself? Or did someone like guide you and make the suggestion and say, hey, you may want to try this out, because like what you're going through, it's not that big, but for you it might be huge.
I think some of my friends guided me, because they saw that. He was like, yeah, you don't want that to like faster in you and like take over, because it's just gonna lead down just like a bad path for yourself, bad path for that relationship, because you still want that person in your life. I still want that person in my life. So it was just like, yeah, let me, so their words of encouragement to, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
You're good. Just fall back. And so I guess that helped. And then in the process of like, oh, how do I, and then this was also when I figured out, oh, I'm a pleaser? Wait a minute.
So people pleasing hurt your relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, how so? I did not see any of this coming today. This is interesting to me.
Because I didn't know the boundaries. I didn't know the line wasn't set up even for me.
Okay.
So I'm just letting them keep, poking at me, not aware for myself, hey, this isn't good for you.
is this a platonic or meant to do it?
Platonic.
Oh, it was platonic. So like the bridges are different too.
Yeah.
So would you say they were taking too much, or were you giving too much and not turning the faucet off?
I want to say both.
Okay.
Because
So they were taking. They're like, oh, hey, appreciate you, man. Keep it coming. And you're like, I got it all.
Yeah.
And then tears start coming. I got it all. They're like, your tears ain't gonna stop you from taking things.
Crazy.
Dang.
And it was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's this can't work like this. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang. That's
yeah.
How long ago was that? Like a year and a half? Is it you said you found out like a year and a half ago you're a people pleaser?
Yeah.
How have you stopped the please?
Well, I told you early on, it's still a raging war.
Yeah.
So
but,
now,
but you're figuring things out to slow things down. So what does that look like for you? Like when you're in the middle of a people pleasing moment, what's that build up feel like for you?
the voice, the cheerleader for me in my head is like, turn to an asshole. Fuck. I can cut for it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Turn to an asshole.
Yeah, just don't curse like in a straight line. I'm not I gotta do like that. Oh my god. Why would you make this much work for me? Yeah, just put the whole thing in there. But then you're gonna pause and be like, nah, keep the beat going. Curse with it afterward, yeah.
But yeah, it was it's me now just saying, nah, fuck it. If you're tripping, we'll figure it out later. But turn to an asshole, be selfish for right now, protect yourself. Cause yeah, this is too much.
What does an asshole look like? And I don't mean
Right,
like not a not like, you know, like you being an asshole, yeah.
Yeah, pleasing asshole. What does that look like?
Yeah, for if people are used to you people pleasing, what does being an asshole look like to them now? Because they're used to a different brand of who you are and how you believe.
Right.
Right.
So basically, like, to me, being an asshole is, oh, I can't help you. What?
With no explanation.
Yeah. Not even explain myself. Wait, right? What? Why are you doing this to me? And then I also figured out they knew because they would hit the line. But we're friends. What? Why wouldn't you? And I'd be like,
why is that salt in the wound?
it's on the wall for me. And then it got to, I started noticing it when my boss from my job would call me and be like, can you come in today?
Indeed.
I can't. Why can't you come in? I was like, dang! I'm like, dang, I got a big target on my forehead.
I just pictured you at home listening to recordings of these folks try.
Yeah, and it was just like,
In like a dark room with like the interrogation right over the head. Like a glass of whiskey.
You right.
I was like, what? Like,
On schedule it says I don't work for you today, and now you're calling me without warning and confused why I'm not trying to help you. I don't get it.
Yeah.
and yeah, so like, I'm just like flabbergasted with all the things I've thought about in the past that I've done. Which just doesn't work.
You're all over that must be crazy for you.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and I'm so surprised I didn't turn into a villain.
Yeah, villain isn't necessary.
Sounds like
These villains are always fast.
it's like I gotta swing the pendulum the exact opposite way just for a little bit, just to get into the mode, and then I can bring it to the middle.
Well, that's how you even out. You got to go to the other extreme, see what it's like, and then see if you like that. And if you don't, what parts of the extreme do I like? As I go back to evening out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm so fascinated, or so like when I hear the phrase "crash out," it puts a smile on my face. Because
I smile like that. Well, it depends on the situation.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like Yanni?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you crash out.
To me, I love that crash out.
Yeah. I dressed you folks. Happening.
What did you say?
I made sure everybody was gonna have the career that they needed. I curated the Concrete Boys and their look and their music. And don't get me wrong, everybody else was talented except for this one person that got me messed up. But everybody else is talented except for this one person who yelled about on camera. And I said, you know what? I don't feel bad about what he's saying. That's valid. if I did so much, and like I know a lot of people are like, well, that's why I'm afraid to take help because I don't want someone to throw it in my face, and it's like, but if you did that much for somebody and then they're publicly saying that you're shitting on them and that you're not a good person, and then it goes out on the internet and your boy that you do a show with who's directly related to this person, by marriage, but like related to this person, and he's not going to defend me. The crash out is coming from 3 places. As my boy, you're supposed to have my back, and we have this show together, and I'm doing this show because of you. B, as this person that used to be my assistant, you were my assistant before you were my artist, and we decided it would be a better career goal for you to become an artist, and I want to curate this. And C, y'all were living in my house, in my closet, and in my jewelry box.
I give you all that.
You're naturally gonna crash out. That's not they're throwing it in my face. That's what anger looks like when someone feels they've been betrayed. Because he said before, I wasn't gonna say anything about this. You let this random saying things about me in the streets, and my boy's not defending me. And you were rude to the staff when he told me about the staff and everything else. I don't know if you guys saw.
I saw that
part, but when I saw that, I was like, okay, I see why this is genuine and why this is personal for him. Because like, it hurts when you say this person's a good person and you want to put them in a bad position, and the people around you are dealing with a nasty personality. I don't know either parties, but if that's what's going on, I'm gonna crash in the finest of that. It's like,
podcast camp.
Let's go. All weight on the pedal. Yeah, that's it. My crash out home. Let's go. Test dummies, baby. Yeah.
But that phrase just, I don't know. Like you said, depending on what it deals with.
Yeah.
Crashing out just, it lights me up inside it.
I remember the show that they had was called The Safe Space. I was listening to it too. It was a good show. It was a good show. I didn't listen to all episodes. I listened to like 5 different episodes, and I was like, they have a great product. It's silly. Yeah.
It's like still in the room.
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. You could see where their perspectives would like clash with each other though, between this boy. Yeah. But it's like that's necessary. You need two opposite perspectives sometimes while conversations happening just to hear where does this go.
Because y'all are exactly the same. You don't need both.
Yeah, what else? I mean,
I need some respect to
what's this? This is supposed to admit you're something, bitch. It's gay shit. Yeah. And then I forgot who it was, but he brought up a good point. He was like, look, if you did the show by yourself, people wouldn't be there because of weed. Now, people could fall in love with Mitch and move on from Yachty to Mitch.
That's what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to set it up for him.
Yachty had a good point of, hey, they're here initially for me, you second, and they're figuring you out and alerted you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, that's a valid point, because what he was correcting him on was he was like, yeah, but you're starting compared to everybody that's isn't the same. And that was the initial point. Your starting line defines a lot of things, which is a lot of conversations we have with white people. We tell them, hey, your starting line, because of slavery, because of money, because of family values, all this other stuff, and also having families that are together that wasn't destroyed by the government, the starting line is different for you guys compared to us. And it's just like, it's like, it's a great point.
So no one's saying that you don't have the ability to get into the finish line. No one's saying that, it's like, no one's saying that you can't get there, but it's like, even if you can have an advantage, it's like, you're performing, which is, it's just nice to remove you to recognize that and
just acknowledge. We're not telling you, hey man, give up the family.
Get back over.
I mean, some people are saying give up the family.
That's where I'm like,
CPS right now.
Yeah, it was like my mom and my grandmother told me one thing when I was in college. It was like a poor black person got a white poor person are the two, like they're totally two different things.
Yeah.
Those two people are not on the same level at all.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we had an example that was a conversation we were talking about the young lady who was white passing that wore short outer. And it's like, for us, when you're black, you lead with your credentials. If you openly show that's black, you get hired, or it's not like a racist situation, discrimination, or anything else like that. On the other hand, you passing? Oh, I didn't know you were Spanish. I was too black and chicken good. And that's not a slight to her. That's a slight to the system and how things are.
Yeah.
You said the chin. Good chin. Do you think people pleasing is a taught behavior? Like your family raised you to want to be a people pleaser? Or within like values of things? Or like internally it was just like, one day I woke up and I was like, I'm going to please these folks. And I'm like,
I don't think it was taught either. I think I saw my father give a lot.
really,
So I saw him give, and then I saw the reaction of that. Like, oh yeah. Everybody would call him by his last name, Arky. And it's just like, yeah, Arky, well, you know.
I feel like we're going into suits.
You think you better have money? No. We're not. I swear we're not. But no, and then he would even be, you know, energized off of that. I think he would have people doing now. I think about it too.
Y'all call out this game. You know what I see right there? Said you know about that was the first people pleaser.
No, because it's like when he was up, everybody's up. When he was down, shut up, don't talk to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that changes the context of what you made earlier.
Yeah.
Cause like, have you ever done like that?
What?
Cause I didn't know there was a side of people pleasing where it's like, I'm mad. If I'm not pleasing people right now, shut up, go talk to me, fam. And police in this room. And it's like, well, why though?
So,
You ever talk to about that or not?
no, we never got the chance to. He passed, like in the midst of COVID.
I'm not good at it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. But and I was blessed enough to like, you know, see him all the way through. Like from like because he had pancreatic cancer, and you know, from that so he, you know, passed. We were still chilling, catching up, you know, little conversations, just being there with each other. Most of the time we would just sit in the room and listen to music. And just being there, just like, or watch TV, and we just enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I also learned that from him. I know that, like, if I'm in the space with loved ones, I really don't have to talk. And don't take it as like, oh, he doesn't enjoy the time that. No, I'm living my best life. If you're over there doing you, I'm over here playing video games. Oh, I can say I had the best day ever because I was with my homies. We were just chilling. He was over there chilling. We wasn't talking, but. We had a good time.
I mean, you got as much time with him as you could, which is important.
Yeah, and some people don't get that. And some people don't even get the due date of when it's time they're gone. They're gone tomorrow. Yeah. So
I got some happens.
yeah, so I was kind of blessed in that. But in that sense, I kind of noticed it after. Like, yeah, after he passed, I was like, when he was up. That's where we want to go. What are we doing, man? Like, that shot. Don't worry about it. Well, we style. Let's food and fruits. Go upstairs. Go play outside. Do something. Wait for yeah.
Oof. Yeah. I know the people that like they're always trying to make it like positive. Whether they're down and they just don't want their like them being down to affect you. Yeah, that's how I do it. If you're on a good day, like obviously, you know, don't be aggressive or anything. You know what I'm saying? But like. If you're having a bad day, like, express that to me. And you have a good time, go about my business, check up on you, the whole day, and then, you know, we'll hopefully the next day, whatever it needs to be, you bounce back, and we can get back to the regular schedule boring.
Or policing becomes everybody else's problem. So it's like, well, you don't want to get out to go plug your phone in as you have a plate of food in front of you. But I'm free, so I could plug the phone in over you right now, even though it's gonna interrupt your plate. But we got it plugged, so you're good now. Yeah, and it's like when you start people pleasing at the sacrifice of the person's okay and they're not bothered and they don't need this, and now you're making this thing that's not a priority a priority, and doing the priority thing starts to mess with that person's environment and space of what they have going on. And now the person's pissed, and you're like, but I'm trying to please you.
Right.
And it's like, fam, nobody asked you to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you get up and, were you not okay? Well, now I'm not okay because now you're mad at me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, the coin has flipped. That's why an eye roll. I feel like you've experienced that before.
Yeah. Now you're getting ready. Yeah, get him.
The look away you hit, I was like, oh man, that was nasty. Man.
Come on, express it. If you want to, if you want to.
That's fine. I was just thinking like more the opposite of like your people pleasing. I was just having a conversation with my dad. So recently I don't know what the proper medical term for this, but like broke his elbow.
Oh, okay. That's wow. How old is he?
He's a good.
He's at that age.
So like he bikes a lot. He was in Portugal.
Ooh, so he bikes. That's not. Yeah, that's not cool guy. Pushing up the hills?
Yeah, he was trying to be cool. He was trying to like record a video while he went downhill. Went over the handles. And so we get a WhatsApp text message like, "Don't worry, everybody."
Let me just say right now, why?
It said, "I hurt myself. It's gonna be all right." And I was like, but recently, so because of that, like he's gonna take his time off from work. Me and my sisters have been like in turn like going to the house and make sure he's got stuff. Being his left arm as a week, and the last few days I haven't needed to go over, but I've at least been like talking to him about stuff. So he's like, it's getting to the age where he's like looking into retirement and making sure that like he's set up so that he can like support his family and do the fun things that he wants to do. So he's just been like. Yeah, and he's just been talking about like just got more life and stuff like that. And I feel like we're talking about like how like the last like year or two, let's have been like all like so much. Like, I can't express how much like growth I've experienced just like being independent on my own, having my first like real job, getting into a relationship, dating, so I got into that relationship. And so he's like, yeah, even I have noticed, and you're doing a lot of things way more differently than you were before. And like, he was like, before I could say this, like, this isn't a good thing or isn't a bad thing, but like, I've always known you to be someone where like, you're not going to do something you don't want to do. Like, you're the opposite of the people pleaser, where it's like, if this is beyond something that you feel like you have the capacity for it, you're not doing it.
And you do it, he does it so like,
no, I ain't doing that.
like so nonchalant, like,
oh, good boundaries. That's what that is. Great boundaries, all right?
Yeah, so
when I'm ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, like learning those and then learning like the verbiage and the being able to articulate. Like, I feel like I've always been doing that. It's only been recently that like I've been learning like the terminology to be able to express that verbally. Because like with me, like I'm someone where like I, to a fault, let things go really easily. To a point where it's too quick that I haven't got a chance to like analyze what happened to me. And so like I'll sure like something happens where like if someone I'm dealing with like whether it's a platonic or romantic relationship did something that affected me negatively, you have the chance that this was something that was unintentional, or was not something they were trying to do to make me feel a certain way with any malice. Or if it was, either way, I'm letting it go way too quickly to even be like, oh, that made me feel bad. And I know them as a person, they probably didn't mean it, but like I feel a certain way and I don't say anything.
Yeah.
And so like that makes me come off nonchalant to people, and like that's been something for me that I've always found challenging to accept. That people call me nonchalant, I just don't have a lot of like big emotions that I feel are of worth to bring up. And so like now that like I'm sitting with that whole idea of taking myself more seriously, I feel more inclined to like let somebody know, hey, I probably won't care about this in 15 minutes, but I would like you to know that like this and this made me feel this type of way, and I know you didn't do it on purpose, but I just want you to know that it happens. And like for a lot of the cases, people will accept and appreciate that I say that, or they're like, well, I didn't even realize I was doing that, my bad. And then so like I haven't come into a situation where like it was met with resistance and they didn't see where I was coming from. I see what happens when that happens. But until that, like I feel like where I'm at boundary wise is pretty good. Yeah, Michael.
You kind of move like somebody with chronic hate. My poor guy's chronic hate. And she told me about this concept of spookers.
Okay.
So if somebody with chronic pain, especially the kind of pain that she has, you wake up and you're like, okay, Bobby, how many spoons do I have today? So you may have enough spoons to brush your teeth, do laundry, and like clean your job. And then you may have enough spoons where today I only brush my teeth and I eat food and I chill in bed. Right? And for you, when it comes to like points of contention or points of aggravation, you pick and choose. All right, do I talk to them or do I keep it to myself and let this tension live in my body until I deal with it slowly? And now you flipped over to the other side. You're like, nah, it's bitch spoon now, baby. All right, so I'll let you know what's up. And then after I'm done with this, I let the spoon go. And I've let you know what's up. And if you care about it too much, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
It's not a problem. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really not. Like,
Is that the example?
yeah, like, so I feel like I watched a really interesting video that kind of explained it to me in like a sports analogy. Like when I get a concept, I'm like, oh, I got it now. I'm like, it's like it doesn't take much time for me to implement it into my life. And so like I was watching this video on like emotional intelligence, and the topic was more about this idea of when people project this idea like, oh, it's not really oh, is it my fault that this person is feeling a certain way? It's not. Like, this person is dealing with their own thing. You might be, like, inadvertently involved in it. Like, the idea that, like, you were there and something was happening, but, like, you yourself are not why that person's upset, and you don't need to take it personally. And so, like, the dude's, like, a Scandinavian person, you know, those people are very, like, they're very to the point. They don't like mince words. It's very like for us. You might be like, that was kind of crazy. You said that, but he started doing this thing where he wanted to take that to the next level, and he decided to become a ref for something. And so like when you're as a ref, you're gonna get all the abuse in the world. That person's not mad at you. They just want to win the game. And so like it was like a very extreme way of like learning like everything that you do is not your fault. And so, like, him explaining it that way, like, light bulb went off in my head, where it's just like, oh, like, I have to truly sit, listen, empathize, and decide whether this is actually a problem or not. Because just because someone's upset doesn't automatically mean that I did something wrong. And, like, that has been one of the biggest things for me personally in the last few years that I've learned and, like, really, like, taken to heart. Like now I could genuinely like if someone gets upset because I have reasonably told them that I cannot help them do something, that's not my problem. Look, everybody over there, I don't dare.
He said, you see that corner? That's your corner. You don't cry in that corner.
Let me know when you're done. We can have a conducive conversation, a productive conversation. We can maybe figure something else out, but the way you want this to go isn't gonna go like that. And that's just going to have to be okay.
So you're not dismissive of other people's feelings, but you're not going to entertain I see that in your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like the thing that you're complaining to me about, those are one of my non-negotiables.
Yeah,
that's what you should help. Yeah. I feel like we're playing like a game of cards. Let me add a point to your point, man. How many points you got over there, partner?
No, literally, that's literally how it goes. Like it's very much like I genuinely try to sit there and like my first question, like, is this like something that I have done that's affecting this? Or is this like someone is projecting anger at me right now? Once I've like established that like, okay, like this is something that like I should have done something better. Hand up, apologize, to a point where it's like, okay, what can we do to fix this? Obviously to some limits. Or if it's like, I understand why you would want this to run differently.
Corporate speak.
But I've done nothing wrong. I told you, I expressed to you this, and this. And if you interpret it another way, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
But it's not my problem.
Yeah, per my last email.
It's so funny him explaining that in detail because, like, you know, you see your friends do move it that way, and him just explains like, oh, okay, the backstory.
Yeah.
And then you explain it. I'm thinking of one situation where we were in a debate. You know, a political debate, and I was just like, oh, because he hit that point. He was like, per my last email, I told you. So I'm just letting you know now.
Yeah, for the record. For your record,
Yeah, it's like if you're upset, you misunderstood what I said, I will express it to you again. But this feeling you have isn't real.
It's so funny.
So it's but it's been fun. And you know we're still fine tuning it. You know.
You said that like you were doing the whole pitch. No, when you said fine tune, it was the way you said it. I said, hey man, that man has great speaking engagements. Okay, room full of people. Yeah, now don't worry, I got this.
Because it's like because everyone is going to hear and interpret when you say differently. Everyone has their upbringing, how they how they feel the things, how they like to, you know, receive information and things like that. And so like, you know, for certain people you might need a little softer, some people you might need to go a little stern. And it's just like more of a player management kind of thing where it's like, okay, this person's a little softer, this person you can be a little more abrasive. And then also learning like, I know you're a softer person, but like at what point do you just need to just hear it from somebody? And you just have to make that judgment call. Sometimes I get it wrong.
Yeah.
And you know, you have to apologize about that. But what I said. I apologize how I said it. Everything else, if you just read it, if I just typed it out, took all the emotion out of it, you just took the English language to say, this word means this. I said what I fucking said.
Yeah. It's okay, man. I feel like something resonated with you. I'm not playing.
It was just like literally just connecting dots. It was just like, okay, wow, this all makes sense. It just does something for me. You know, like how you hear as the origin of a beat that was sampled.
You know, that's where it came from. Yeah,
that's what it.
Like how you was system large.
Oh my god. So it just sets off like little fireworks in my head.
Here it is. Sure, that's why you're like this. So you weren't always like that. Okay,
so how was building objects therapeutic for you guys? And
well, for me, I was joking with him. I was like, it feels biblically, like in a sense of like, I always saw like life was supposed to be this simple, like because you would do a hard day of work, go eat some tacos, go home and be like.
Other than that,
I was for the 16.
Man, listen, that's what y'all. But anyways, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Really work. I'm sorry. The short 10 for 10. 10 for 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but kids say
My bad. What was that?
It's doable.
Yeah, it's been in the sense of like, like hard day at work. Go eat. Go home, take a shower, lay in your bed, like, wow, I did something productive, and now I feel like I probably gave back away.
So, cats, for me, that's what it does.
It's ironic, my name on Twitter back in the day was biblical bullshit. And I got rid of it. Oh no, that's why you don't see counsel.
I don't.
You got like the little pandemic. I would ask them on Rachel Mount.
It's got an interesting. I
heard a lot of things are running rampant over there.
Yeah.
It's a bit wild.
Yeah.
But it's like, for me, so like, for background, like, for undergrad and graduate school, I went to school for.
Okay. I was getting that from you, and I was like, I could be mistaken, but you feel like an architect.
That's why it was so funny when you said, like, I'm the realist, and he's the, what was it? I'm dreamer. I was just like, I feel like I'm the one like, hey, can we do this? Is this possible? Like, so like, okay,
yeah. But you gotta be able to reach it to the distance of the architect. You gotta see the whole thing and able to see things. That means you gotta go way deeper than people are willing to go.
Yeah.
And then figure out a way to actually like have it happen. Like, it's one thing to like, oh man, I did a concept sketch of this, and it'd be so cool if like we could have this like hologram phone, but then it's like now you're taking the next step to become a product designer. You're like, how do we actually get this thing in front of me that actually works? And distribution.
Yeah,
the real stuff. How
how long it's going as more resources, you want strikes come attached to the resources.
And that's why I consider him a realist in that sense, because he would just get you the main points. And later on, I saw, oh, here goes the dreamer, but I always like, okay, well, he can cut the nonsense out, but we really can the brass tacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so before we even started doing like furniture and all this stuff, like even like since like what past freshman year, like 2015, 14, we were like doing stuff for like our shows and stuff.
So yeah,
So like we built those walls, the DJ booth, love that booth, always a good time. Yeah, it's just like we'll have an idea, an overarching idea, like hey, we want to have a party, we want to have a space, we want to do something. It's usually starts with a function. And then it becomes like, okay, well, you need X, Y, and Z to have that happen. And it never like needs to get to the point where it's like specifically naming something like, oh, you need like a chair that's like this tall. It's always like, oh, you need a DJ booth. What that looks like, we'll figure it out. But I think that's the fun part. Is like you start off with an idea. I think this is where the therapy comes in for me. Like I really enjoy the idea of one. You're not just putting a puzzle together, you're like making the pieces for the puzzle. And it's like, as you're doing this, like, wow, I'm trying to make a puzzle a certain way. It's not working exactly how I want, but I can mold the pieces so that I still get the thing that I need at the end of it. And so like, it's the fun of being like, okay, Ryan needs this, I need that. We want to do this in the table, we want this to happen for the DJ booth. As long as these things are happening, after that, we can have as much fun as we want. So it's like, as long as you can put the MIDI, the DJ board on the table with a laptop, at that point, you just need a surface that's like up off the floor. What that looks like after that's your business. And so like, when you wanted a table, I had already been thinking about, wow, I really want to buy the power carver, just so I can start making organic shapes.
Wow.
And making like wood sculptures and stuff like that. And then when you said you wanted to table, I was like, this is perfect.
It's alignment. The alignment.
Fine.
It was alignment.
The perfect excuse to buy this damn machine.
Because literally, it was the first day we got to the dad's house. He had the stuff already. He paid I was gonna ask him. I was like, wait, what? Like, it was all in the corner. All the tools were the same color.
He just had it secretly in the corner.
He was like, I'm boy, they came in. I was
So you're a schemer.
So basically, like, it's really fun. Like, even when I'm at school, like when we're doing projects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think there are different types of architects. Because there's a weird spectrum. Because like, depending on who you ask, if you ask artists, they'll say they were engineers. If you ask engineers, they'll say we're artists. And so we sit in this weird space where we're like not one or the other. And so then you've got people that are also within a spectrum within that spectrum. So you've got more analytical people, you've got more creative people. And so when you're sitting there and you have these ideas, like I am the type of person where like I might get the project, like, okay, we're designing the school for my project for this semester. I will go to home, start thinking about stuff, go to sleep, have a dream about a space inside the building that I want, and then build the building around that one. Instead of someone like my classroom where it's like, what are the exact parameters that we need? Okay, we need a classroom over here, we need this over here, with that over there, and they'll just like do it in a more mathematical way.
And you're like, where does the thing happen?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we start.
These are where all the emotional moments happen. Like, all right, the skylight here with the light, it's really big. That seems like it would make a lot of sense for this to be the court, like, the entrance to the space, to the school. We'll have this happen here, that happen there, but everything happens because this happened right here. And it's all from like a moment or a flash that happens in my head, and then I'm like, and then you just build it on.
So you make a lot of emotional decisions. And have you always been purposeful in picking set design by the emotions that they capture and they bring to light?
Yeah, at least, so it's weird. So like I've got, you'll always have like instinctual things that you want to do, but then I've also been school to this, and so I find it really hard to do stuff like just abstract art without a function. And so architecture has been this outlet where I get to be creative, but it has a function in the end. Then I can now justify why I'm doing something. And so when I have these emotional like moments where it's like, oh, I imagine a light-filled atrium space as a really cool stair, I now start to think like, okay, if this is for school, you could probably use this. You could add some like seating next to these stairs. So you start building on the emotions with something that's practical. And so that makes me feel more grounded in the decisions that I make. Because at the end of the day, anything you could build anything. Like that coffee table could have ended up looking like anything, and still had all the same functions. But like, I wanted to use the power carpet. I knew that made sense to do like organic shapes and something like that. And I was sitting down and be like, what kind of organic shape do you want this to look like? And then even when we started building it, like we might like have done something with the saw where we like made something too deep or too shallow, and then we like just kind of freeballing it.
It was based off women's curves.
Yeah,
Women's curves.
Nice. And I showed them that table. Yeah. I showed him like, because I was trying to explain to him like what I was imagining for the sculptural leg that's for the CD tray. And I remember I took a picture of like a column under like a highway, whatever. I was like, it's gonna look something like that, and like the bulge is gonna be where and like the CD stuff. And then we were like, oh, okay. But then it looks like nothing like the picture that I sent, but it's still the same essence. So like little things like that.
I thought of that story then. Yeah, said and joke fat ass. Great ass.
It's gonna be on your table.
Great. Right down on the table.
Don't worry, the same top will hide it.
Yes. Man, good took that. Just a little top. Yeah, what he describes is called romance. Right? Really? Yeah, that's the process of a romantic person. Like when you see something and you build on it and you build this whole world around it, and then you can't live without it or reach into delivery, that someone's gonna fall in love with different parts of it, but you got to have it first.
That's me. Yeah.
Because when he was in school, he told me like there was a whole class just for making a room, and then before putting anything in it, then the emotion. I was like, what? What do you mean? Like just the way the tile is set up, just the way. Like it's like feng shui, but I think beyond that.
Yeah, I don't mean like it's similar. No, so like I have a friend that wants to do set design, but like for me, no, I
mean just the theater itself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. There has to be a boss about it because like I like minimalist stuff. If you come to my house, you'll see that. But like I'm not to a point where like bare concrete floors, there's no personality, anything. I need there to be some emotion to anything that I do, but I also need a sense of pragmatism and a sense of function for it to feel like it's not just like some random thing. I can't really bring myself to just have knickknacks. Even if it's like, even though I got this piece of art, it is a certain size, a certain dimension, it matches with this thing in my house, and I put it over here because it goes with that. Like that's where my head goes with anything there is.
When you see this, what do you see the functions? It turns out set up.
No, because knowing that it's a studio and knowing that this is like the backdrop for podcasts and everything, like I really like this. Because my parents there are like, I would say more on the feminine side. My mom is way more feminine than my dad. My mom is the type of person where she's got like a pot. Mom, she's got like skillet, spoon. She's got four. She got 6 plates.
Yeah,
they're all the same. Yeah, same bowls, same this, same that.
Same put together.
My dad's a little more eclectic in like he likes pieces of art here and there, but he's still, but he's still very clean, very like everything out of this place.
Yeah.
And so like I am now really I'm really appreciating people who are more in the maximalist space that can like make it look not overbearing.
Yeah.
And so like with this, like even though there's a lot of stuff going on that there's not like, this is the exact same frame a bunch of times, there's still like a cohesion and a certain like things aren't like jumping on top of each other.
Yeah, this is landed on purpose.
So like there's little things where like I'm like I see what's happening and I know it's not just for shits and giggles. So like I'm very like when I'm in spaces like this, it inspires me to like how can I bring that into my own kind of style. So like I was saying, I have a bunch of stuff that I need to put up, and it's like now I'm like, how do I arrange those things? Am I just gonna make a collage wall? In my head, it's like, even though I'm minimal, like I'll have a collage wall and then the rest of my space will be minimal, but this will be that moment where you have that pop of color or that pop of like, oh, this is different. So you have different versions of yourself and not yours.
How are you gonna frame it?
So I have an idea for like getting a really big frame and putting a bunch of stuff into one so that you have that one cohesive frame. It feels a little more cohesive where you have a bunch of random stuff. Or I could do something like this where in my head I get the exact same frame color and then just do different sizes. So like little things like that. Where it's like I need something to tie it all together, and then after that you can have your fun.
Yeah. This is like, I think I'm done 1/3 of what the complete space is supposed to be. So like I was like, oh, over there, I'm gonna put some art, I'm gonna get my sneakers over there, I'm having my cage set up, and every time I add something new, I look at something else to get. But then I have to fight myself because it's like, yo, you don't want to get too many things because like what actually belongs to that space versus what do you not need in that space. Like for example, because we do a lot of visual and audio, I plan on reaching out to one of my guys to put panels on a moving wall and have 4 of those walls that can move around the room. And the walls are going to be matte black, so I can change this room into something else if I want to.
You showed it,
right? And my guy was like, his boy can do that. It was between you guys and him. I haven't hit anybody else yet, but it's like, look, don't spend all your money in one place. It's like, if you already have a good product, and that's what Gown Safe is when it comes to Mental Health Monday and everything that we do, it's like anything you should do should enhance the product, but you should never go broke to get to the finish line. Because when you're running the race, you're supposed to go at your own pace.
Yeah.
So take your time as you get there. When the audio gets better, they'll be like, oh, it's better. They won't know why. They'll just be like, oh, it's better. But when it comes to like money, your own business, personally coming out of your pocket, anything else, you have to take your time to build this as you go. So like, for example, I got my TV on the wall above my laptop. I do that so I don't look down when I'm doing edits. Because I don't want to I forgot what that thing is when you like start to slide down into the laptop and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
And it's really bad for your spine. A lot of older people have it. I forgot what it's called. That's why I put the TV up, so I get to look up when I'm doing edits, and it's good for body posture.
Good.
And then you have this whole wall right here because those panels are going to be on wheels because I want to be able to like stack them all up in one corner if the set's not being used. And now you have this wall, and even though this wall isn't on camera, when I start doing the sit downs at the table that you guys build, I may have to start adding art to this wall so the other room feeds into the set. Because remember, the whole set starts from the door that's open all the way to the wall that they can't see. And when you have so many cameras and a lot of guests, like let's say we have 2 more guests, now you open up the rest of the wall, you don't want there to be a plain wall.
Yeah.
If there's a plain wall, what is its use?
Those are all kind of
Yeah. So between the sound design, the visual impression, even the sneakers, like anything that's in this room could really be used as a prop in any form. Just because of how it is. Like when you look in this corner right now, we got my clothes on the floor. Everything's clean. But it's like, okay, so someone lives here. It's not just cold and business isn't just done here. But that means, that meant we spending time together.
This is cake.
Yeah, like you came in when I had the cocoa butter and passed it out. It's like, oh, you want some cocoa butter on deck? Okay. Never get caught. Ashy.
I think besides the pictures, what made it more personal was the shoots too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The shoots made it like, okay, yeah, he spends time in here even when the cameras are off.
Yeah.
So I guess, I don't know, shoots, I don't know why. Just made it a thing.
People love shoes. And then I was thinking, I was telling my boy about it, and I was thinking that we make it a drop for the wall. Like uptown for the ceiling, get one of those panels that are flat. Like there was one for like $700, and you just what's it called? What's the stuff that you stick to something else?
Like
that stuff
without without it messing with the wall.
I'm with the condition.
Yeah.
Not the command strips. It's like black on black.
Oh, Velcro?
Yeah, Velcro. I was thinking we're thinking of Velcroing it at the top to have a light that drops down. So they get different kind of set. Because it's like anytime you do your set, you always want to maximize stuff. But when you do that, it's now like, all right, how's the wiring going to be? Because you don't want people on camera to see the wiring for the stuff that you do. Like, even when you look on camera, you see the interviews, anytime you see the polls or anything, I do that on purpose because I want people to have an idea that there's a lot of work that has gone into the set itself. Even down to chairs. That's the only squeaky chair in here. Mine squeaks, but if I sit a certain way, it doesn't squeak. So I keep that stuff in mind too. So it's like a really large building process for this whole space. Yeah, which means money's gonna be spent. And then you gotta talk to a lot of folks to get their input on how do I do it correctly. Because like for me, I'm just the imagination, but for folks, they've gotten their hands dirty, and that's why you pay them. So you like pay the right people so you don't make the mistake later. So,
And yeah, interesting. That's more with bigger.
yeah.
Everyone's got their expertise.
I would love to go.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, I've been running into this. I don't know if you're familiar with this. It's a cool YouTube channel. I wouldn't even go as far as calling it a podcast. Calling it severe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, subscribe. Yeah. I got one of the hats. Yeah. Now I got you in the closet.
Their creator on YouTube channel.
That covers creators.
Yeah.
They cover other creators.
Yeah.
On the business end, the personal end, what got them into fruition, what's keeping them in the space, what influenced their decisions. It's really well thought out. They actually started way back in the day in the early years of YouTube too.
Doing lacrosse videos.
Yeah. Before ESPN picked it up, and like they had a great idea for what they wanted to do, but it's just if you don't have the infrastructure or you're not reading the environment correctly, that's just how it is. But they're positioned really well.
So are they still on YouTube? Or
Yeah, they just dropped an episode last week. I think it was the last episode they dropped.
They interviewed that
guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
He does a bunch of he goes like not Wall Street, but like he's a very like business economic guy, but like he curses and shit. Like he's a very like eclectic kind of person. He's a very personal person.
Very smart and strategic with everything he's doing. I got 3 minutes into that interview and I was like, I'm gonna save this for a month from now when I have nothing going on, and I want to figure out what are we gonna do with business or what are we the best sense of what we're doing. Because like when you see an interview and you can tell it has great gems, but you're not gonna be able to apply those gems right now because everything you have going on. I'm very good at like, and you remember that one interview you still gotta watch and get back to that. Like one of the interviews that they did was when they were interviewing the manager of Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Like that guy.
I want to watch that then.
That guy, even with all the controversy going on with this Beast, this is wild, right?
Yeah.
But early in the days when he discovered him, he was like, nah, this kid was already figuring out the algorithm. He said, my formula is if I do this, and this, I'll have this many subscribers by this point. And he's talking about the business end of a lot of businesses didn't see how the creator community would boom and that this would be the next thing. And I went from being a sports agent and talking to these teams to managing this creator, and I had to wear both these hats until I figured out, no, this is my future. This is where I need to go. And now he's been the manager for like, I'd say 10 really big channels on YouTube or a little bit more. Yeah.
At foresight.
Yeah, but hearing him talk, because I've heard him talk in 2 places, if I'm not mistaken. Well, there's 2 managers who had my interest. The one manager for Peter McKinnon, when you on his channel, it was when him and Maddie were doing that podcast. And one of those podcasts, they did a really intimate sit down, and that was like 4 or 5 years back. And then the manager for Mr. Beast. Those 2 interviews, if you ever get a chance, just sit down and listen to. I don't know if that guy manages Mr. Beast anymore with everything that's going on.
Right.
They actually parted ways, if I'm not mistaken, on their management relationship on Mr. Beast's side about 1.5 years ago. But like this because of Colin's ear and their coverage of everything that's going on, especially when it comes to business decisions. Yeah.
It sounds like the same end of YouTube.
Like you need it. I need it, but they do a better job.
Yeah, they do.
Because CNN is more repetitive and they're more on the. And this is actually one of my favorite style of interviews that I don't do right now because mental health one day is a concept. It needs to be an honest conversation. So notice before you came here, I didn't do a whole bunch of pre-interviews.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what you been up to? Oh, here. Because like my ideal style of interview is feeding the public information about what you've done and who you are, and then you coloring the picture. this is a conversation. You know, talking about stuff, we're genuinely reacting to stuff, and I get to ask you first time questions and hear your responses, and people get to see our experience in real time of having those conversations of what those things are like, and they get to sit down with themselves and be like, damn, does that apply to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because when we started talking, I was like, should we shut up? And, you know, he'll start his intro or he'll start turning on the cameras.
We do the intro then. Oh, yeah, we do the intro then. Yeah, all my episodes I do the intro then. It's like, I don't want people to think about who they are in intro. You know what I'm saying? But after you've had a conversation, you joked around with friends, you know, everything else, you got everything off your chest, you get to the end, you're like, oh yeah, no, that's me, baby, what's up? And then if it's one less thing to think about, when I do interviews, I keep in mind that, like, if I'm a consumer and I'm buying this, I'm a part of this, you should never make the person who's purchasing something from you work as hard as you are on the thing.
Hey.
Yeah, that's like the ideal thing in sales. Like, I don't ever go buy a burger and I now have to go buy the bread, the lettuce, the cheese, the tomato, the mayonnaise, the ketchup, and bring it to you to cook. I pay you, you have the product, you cook it out, and you wrap it up, you give it to me, and I'm like, oh, this is great. That's why I'm paying for this.
So is that why Joe Rogan's so successful?
I don't pay attention to him. He's not going to me. He's cool sometimes, but like there's other times like you could tell I don't like going off the deep end with people too many times in their conversation. And Joe loves the deep end.
He loves pushing my button.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at it. I'm interested in it, especially in that moment.
That means he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Because you're interested. But for me, I'm like, that's not my cup of tea. I could find a different version of that somewhere else that to me is done better. But what I will say is he's emphasized and capitalized on his things, which you should. Anybody that's in that space or doing what you're doing, you should capitalize on it whenever you can.
Because the way you set it up, I immediately thought of this one episode where he interviewed Cat Williams after the Club Shay Shay, and I immediately thought, oh, he's gonna ask him about the Club Shay Shay, but they literally went into just a random conversation, like, and they were talking for like 3 hours. They didn't bring up Club Shay Shay once.
That's what it's supposed to be about.
I was like, oh, this is real. You know, like, this is real interview.
You guys are here because you're building a table. I'm not sure we talked about a table today that you're gonna build. Delightful.
Wow. There's different like tiers of one format. Joe Rogan is long.
Yeah.
When I see, like, I love a good, like, when I'm in the mood for a podcast, I see, like, hour 30, can't wait. When I see 3.5 hours,
you gotta
unedited, I'm just like, baby girls.
You gotta tell me something.
Because for me, it's just like, you know, I have that workspace where I can listen to something for 3 hours.
Yeah. If you took a guess, how long do you think you guys have been talking on Gap?
Hour 30. Hour 50.
Hour 40.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, he was really close. Yeah, because like when you said that, I said, "Dang, you're the sweet spot then." But like in everything that we talked about, you're not thinking about time. You're thinking about that moment and getting back to it and like, oh, damn, that is a good point. Damn, I ain't a people pleaser. I ain't finding that good fight. Give me my goddamn credit. Yeah. How's it feel? This is your first time on camera? Because I know for you, it's like
He's very good before. I mean, my sister used to do a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Like school second.
How many episodes?
That?
That's not 2 seconds. What was the drop rate?
See, I think when we first started, we had some really good energy to it. I was hitting like 200-300 people.
I thought it was a test episode.
No, so not your joint. When me and Camille were like doing Silk Radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were doing it like we had like
That sounds so familiar.
6 or 7 episodes. I know, totally fine. No, let's do.
Yeah.
This seems come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so great.
Silk. No, not Silk. Silk.
Silk's radio.
SLIT.
So familiar.
Here, 2 eyes. One for us, one for me.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we used to just sit around chat. This was in between Oregon and Penn State, so this was 2019.
Yeah.
And it was just like a year where like we would just kind of talk about random stuff.
2017 was the birth of the creatives for our generation, right? So like for me, I'm 35. You guys,
I'm 20, maybe 29 in the hour.
and
29.
right? And when you look back at everyone that's either doing podcasts, doing show, everything else that's like within our age range, everything, people started practicing, plotting, and figuring out how to create their own shows around 2016, 2017. So 2012 was like the dead period. Either you went into radio or you went into TV, and you're figuring out what's what. And then when podcasts came along, I don't consider it a show podcast. That's a lot of Monday podcast. That's a lot of Monday. I consider it a show. But where it's on platform wise, it's on all the social media stuff except for Apple. So I've never put myself on Apple Podcasts. The reason I do that is I have a really strong inclination towards visual. When I improve the visual, I want people to see the visual be improved every 3 to 4 months. Eventually it's gonna be on Apple, don't get me wrong, but it's just like you get to really practice and work on your craft as much as you want to work on spacing, the lighting, the dark areas, the light areas. But I know the conversations are now becoming so interesting that I'm doing work with a lot of doctors now, or like therapists that have their doctoral degrees. But a lot of folks are like, hey man, you need to just upload it and be loaded out. And I'm like, oh, the clips on social media. Yeah, but if I have social media fatigue, I'm missing.
I'm not gonna lie, side note, with the clips of you and the doctors talking, I watch those and then I go to the YouTube channel because I'm like, I like how y'all ping pong up.
I appreciate that because they're doctors, I'm not.
I mean, it's like you have the brain, so it's like, oh, you're very intrigued in their brain, so you're like, okay, yeah, like we can have fun.
Yeah, it's like definitely, man, definitely. And like, but the thing is, it gets dangerous because TikTok is a machine that you just gotta keep feeding it.
That's true.
And I show up on TikTok and I'm like, I don't know if I got snacks for you today, but like you want too much. I was with Instagram earlier today. I was with YouTube earlier. I don't know if I got enough for you. And that's like, what I will say is, and this is gonna be very technical. The upload speed for TikTok is so much faster than YouTube, right? And so at YouTube, when you upload something, you're talking about 15 seconds. And a lot can happen in 15 seconds when you're watching the thing, upload, and find it as a title. And then you have to go into a separate portal to add the language and the hashtags. And is this the right hashtag? Is this the right playlist? With TikTok, you put that bitch up and you leave. Right? You put it up, you edit it. It may add some music to it. And the music that they're adding now is like making your like content go further. But then it's like, I don't know if I could do this, man. I just
don't forget.
It's like,
don't be a brand. If you're a brand, they'll give you a select list of music too.
Yeah, and then that gets dangerous because it's just like, this is a business, don't get me wrong, and it's in the mental health space, but I'm one of the few brands I'm one of the few brands in the mental health space that comes from the perspective of the person and not the professional. So I have the doctors on because I want doctors to start explaining what kind of therapists are they. I have folks in the wellness space on because I want the folks in the wellness space to explain why did they start doing what they're doing, how has it benefited the people. I have people that have gone through manic episodes on because we need to start asking the right questions of, hey man, when is this emergency of me having my friends back too long and I need to let them go get professional help? That's not me, because every time you lose it and you run across the street and you want to run in traffic, I can't always afford to run in traffic with you. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, those to me are poor questions. Or I'm like, hey, when you have your manic episode, what the hell does the world look like for you when you're having a manic episode? Now, the assumption of I saw you wild and no, you saw what the person was going through. We don't see what they're seeing, or how we could have treated them better, handled the situation better, or knowing, oh, it's out of my hands now. Those are real conversations. Everything else is just like, hey man, go get therapy. That's what everything is, and I don't blame therapists for telling people that. But when people start telling everyone, oh, if you had therapy, or you need to go to therapy, or you need therapy, you start turning therapy into a curse. Of them, do they need therapy, or do you want to just get rid of them because, what did I say? Or are you trying to get rid of them because they're too annoying and you can't handle them? And I usually tell folks, hey, for each person that tells someone, go get therapy, my question to you is, if they go to get therapy and 3 months later they come out and they realize you were actually the problem in the whole situation, are you going to be able to make the change that they need you to make after asking them and telling them to go get therapy? Because they didn't do it for themselves. They did a part of it for you. And if you're not willing to change, what happens to that relationship now? All right, well, it's been another episode of Mental Monday. Appreciate you guys for pulling up. Here, my boy Ryan and Niles.
Just me. Wait, man. Hold this guy. Wait, hold this guy.
Like, subscribe, comment, and I appreciate y'all for pulling up.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.